Okay, so right here we want to look at planting depth for corn. And we normally plant corn around 2 inches deep, but when we select a planting depth, we're trying to get it to a depth where we have uniform moisture across the field. If we have uniform moisture at that planting depth, the crop will emerge quickly and uniformly. This right here is an example of what happens when we don't plant deep enough. So this little seedling here was set about 1 inch deep, and it had to wait for a rain to emerge. This one here, after we reset the planter, we got it about 2 inches deep, and it emerged and everything's looking good. So we want to set deep enough to hit consistent and uniform moisture across the field. If you go too shallow, you may get in and out of the moisture zone, which is going to allow these plants to emerge uniformly. And we don't want to do that. We want to get deep enough to hit that moisture and stay in it across the entire field. So when we plant at different depths, there's a structure on the corn plant and a lot of grasses that will adjust to those planting depths. So this is the mesocotyl, and when that seed germinates, this is going to elongate and push this growing point up to the soil surface. So as soon as these leaves start to detect a little bit of light, it stops growing and elongating, and we start to establish these nodal roots. We want to plant deep enough so we have room for this to elongate and room for these nodal roots to develop below the soil surface. This one that was planted too shallow, everything kind of got stacked up, and we're wrapping around and barely staying below the soil surface here. So if the topsoil dries out, this thing could have trouble establishing nodal roots because it's so close to the surface. This is a better situation here. We keep those below the surface a little bit where it's not going to dry out as much.